Yo, welcome back to New Entry Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Ian, with my co-host, the everlasting. I forgot your name. Ever. What up, boy?
Hey, and how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm tired, man. I'm still recovering from Saturday.
I
God
know, right?
damn.
I feel like I haven't recovered. It's been like a few days already.
It has. It's already like, dude, obviously by
Almost
the
over.
by the time this is out, it's already been a week.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Wow, that's quick, man. And we still
Mm.
got Bound for Glory and SmackDown to go.
Yes, we do. We got Bound for Glory October 21st and then Milwaukee October 27th. So very excited. That's the last time we're gonna be able to see John Cena for a while, you know. But for to see us personally to see him live, that's probably gonna be it. You know, I don't think we're ever gonna see Cena again in a long time. I feel like the next time we'll see John Cena if he does like a farewell
Yeah,
tour or retirement tour, whatever.
yeah.
Whichever one of those he'll probably go with. I feel like that's will probably be the last time we'll see him. But yeah, but I am fine with that because once again I have seen Cena, I'm going to see Cena twice in 1 month. So saw him at Fastlane. He got not just see him, got to see him wrestle,
And
even
win.
though, yeah, and win, even though he got beat up throughout the whole match. So, but hey, still, we got to see Cena, and what happened in that match is something like we were going to see regardless from Cena,
Yeah.
because that's Cena. Cena plays by the crowd, he was getting beat up. So, and him and LA Knight got the W over the bloodline. But we're gonna see him in Milwaukee. We're probably gonna, clearly he's not gonna wrestle in Milwaukee. I feel like what are the chances of that? But since that is his last time gonna be there, I feel like we may get to see him wrestle one more time if that's a possibility.
Hopefully, that'd be
Yeah,
amazing.
it would be. So the question is, who would he face? Would it be Solo or would it be Jimmy Uso? Or would it be Roman Reigns? But I guess we'll wait and find out. But the I am super excited for Bound for Glory though. Not gonna lie about that. But we'll talk about Bound for Glory later today or later in this episode. A lot has been going on since Saturday ever.
Yeah, I know, right?
This is why when you asked me, hey, are we gonna record? I told you no, we're gonna wait till this day because a lot of things are gonna happen. So I was afraid, and I would have been right. Whatever we talk about ain't gonna mean nothing by the time it comes out. So Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre are gonna face each other in Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
CM Punk, apparently WWE rejected CM Punk's return, and then the battle with NXT, AEW, the Tuesday Night War. Uh, why is AEW in on Tuesdays now? Is it because of football?
Just yeah, no, well, because of yeah, I think because of football or what's some sport.
It has to be football, right? It's football season.
Yeah, yeah.
Just my mic.
But TNT, they don't have football on TNT though,
I think it's just like
or
time. I
TBS.
think maybe it's just a time slot.
No, football's not on Wednesdays either. I think it's basketball or hockey. I forgot one of
Today's
the.
Wednesday. It's we're recording on a Wednesday. What if we just do some research and find out right now what's
Yeah, like
going
what's on
on?
TNT right
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
or
But it
whatever.
doesn't have to be TNT. It could
Yeah,
be Fox. It could be ABC. It could be like it has to be football related. That's the only sport that's going on, right?
I think
That I
so.
know of. Like, let's see. I bet some money on some football teams. So let's see. Is there
No,
any?
not on a Wednesday. Not on a Wednesday.
Let's see. I don't think. Yeah, I think it's Thursdays. Yeah, it's all Thursdays and Sundays. So why would they move?
Oh, Blackhawk. It's hockey. Yeah,
Hockey.
Blackhawks are
Ah,
playing.
yes. That
We should know
explains a
that, right?
lot of the no, it's the Wolves.
The Wolves are AHL, yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause I keep saying a lot of Wolves for I don't even know for hockey. That makes sense.
But then on Tuesdays they're gonna go against the NBA, so this is only for a couple weeks.
Damn.
So they're gonna face the NBA on Tuesdays. After that, they're gonna get smoked. They
Hmm.
are. They got smoked already. They got smoked.
Shit. That was
According to
me
the
on
numbers.
Saturday. That was me on Saturday.
Well, according to the numbers, allegedly, I don't even care for like the numbers, but if you care about numbers, NXT got like close to 950, 960, something like that, and AEW got like 600 something.
Facts.
So it was like
600.
yeah, 600. So it was like a whole like almost 300,000 people were watching WWE over AEW, which is wow. I'm shocked by that.
But to be fair, I think overall, I think NXT they draw around that number. I think they drew an extra 100,000 because I think their average is between 700 and 800.
Yeah,
I think like that's their average NXT number. Um, but for AEW, that's pretty low. But it's one of those things where it's like, well, they're in a different slot and it's temporary, so it's not like they chose to go there and to compete with NXT.
yeah, but
And
they both brought the mega like the artillery and stuff.
they did. They did. NXT was more of a can so here let's talk about this, man.
Yeah,
So it's one of those things where it's like I'm an impact guy. You know this ever.
yep,
Impact
you know a
people,
lot about it.
they don't draw a lot of people, right? They don't. Let's admit that.
Yeah,
The most for Impact Wrestling TNA has ever drew in our arena is 5,500.
most.
That's like the most that I
Wow.
know of at this moment. And I believe that was in lockdown 2013, if I'm not mistaken. So that was in Texas. So when it comes to viewerships, TNA used to draw 1 million views, but obviously haven't hit that numbers since, I guess Sting and Kurt
Spike TV
Angle.
probably.
Basically, yeah. Once Spike dropped them, that's when they didn't stop drawing that high. But it wasn't like a million views every week. I think it was just like 1 million every other week or something like that, if that.
Yeah.
So I'm curious of when the hell did this whole battle of the views started and why does it matter? And also it does matter to the people who are champions because
Hmm.
that's the draw, right? So what pisses me off about AEW, right? Why is MGF? I love MGF. I ordered Full Gear last year because it was him against John Moxley. I am a supporter of MGF. But what I don't understand is if MGF is your draw, right? He brings views. He puts butts in seats, right? That's why you made him the champion. That's why he wanted more money in his contract because he's a draw, right? How come you're world champion? This is not a shot to MGF. This is a shot towards Tony Khan. Why is your world champion in the mid card picture? Why is he still your champion if he's not selling our arenas? How is it that, and I just don't get it. And then that on that part, right? And then how is it Christian Cage, your mid card champion, the main eventer for your show? You're pushing him to be a main eventer. You're pushing him like the TNT is more interesting on what's going on with the AEW World Heavyweight Champion.
So you don't find Jay White going after the title as interesting, or you're like,
No, it's
no.
weak. It's a weak buildup. I feel like the whole Samoan Joe and MGF should have kept going. It should have kept going. Like they could have kept going to Full Gear. I don't know why is it now he's going,
That's yeah.
MJF and Jay White. It's just weird.
That's what I agree with you. Remember, I think we talked about like why is he going after the Ring of Honor tag team titles?
Why
I
is
was
he
like,
still tag team
what?
champions?
Why was he like? Why were they in the 0 hour and then facing each other at the main show? It was like you just belittling the world champion. Like why is the
Yeah,
world champion on 0 hour defending the supposedly like developmental? Well, technically,
the
Ring of Honor is supposed to be developmental
right.
like title,
That was the purpose of it.
promotion,
But
but
now
not.
Tony Khan is trying to keep it like in the same level with AEW.
But then you're like, what? So it's kind of like,
So
and then
MJF
yeah,
at All In, he was in the buy-in. He won the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions with Adam Cole, the man that he was gonna face later that night at the actual pay-per-view in the main event for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship.
yeah.
Great match, great storytelling. And then a week later, he's in the opening match with Adam Cole defending the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. Why wasn't it the AEW tag team? Why the Ring of Honor? Why didn't MJF defend the title at All Out? If he is your draw and you're the guy who puts butts in seats, but you're
Hmm.
treating him like a mid card. MJF said it himself that he's like, I'm a draw when I'm in the main event, blah, blah, blah. I don't have to wrestle this many times. It's like, yeah, you do. You don't, MJF is not that guy who just shows up and sells out arenas yet. You know what I mean? Roman Reigns is who he is because when he shows up, title or no title, guess what? He sells out arenas.
Even a rumor of him showing up sells out arenas.
Right.
A
Same
rumor,
with
like, oh,
same
he
with
might
John
not be there.
Cena.
Yeah, like a rumor would be like, okay, we're there, but then he
Yeah.
doesn't show up. You're like, oh, okay, well, okay.
You know who else sells out arenas? Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins.
Hmm.
MJF is not that guy yet. You know, he's not the guy. He's the guy who should be world champion, but he's the guy who needs to defend the title in every freaking pay per view. He doesn't need to main event it, but he should defend the title. But he's being treated like a mid card, and then Christian and Adam Coleman are being
Cool.
treated the main events, which they should. It just I just don't get how AEW, or it's not even AEW. I don't know why people keep saying AEW. It's Tony Khan. Like if AEW is run by different people, like WWE, it's Vince, Triple H, Nick Khan, and then like the producers and all that. It's like it's even though Vince has the final say, but there's certain people who pitches in ideas. AEW is just Tony Khan,
Yeah,
you
and
know?
everybody says oh yeah, that's great, let's do that, and everybody's like, probably in the back of their head, like, this is dumb. Why am I in a
No.
mid card title?
So sometimes Tony Khan, the thing is, people come up to Tony Khan and say, "Hey, how about this? How about that?" Tony Khan says yes, no, or we'll do this instead, or we could do this first, and then we lead into whatever idea you want. Tony Khan does that. But yeah, man, that guy needs to. Oh, and then Jeff Jarrett's in charge. Did you know that? I forgot about that. Jeff Jarrett is helping out with Tony Khan as well, so
uh,
he's doing a bad job.
well, I mean, the way he left Impact, I mean,
I mean, well, he got
it
fired, I believe. But so Jeff Jarrett is a guy, what's it called? Jeff Jarrett is not a bad booker, but I don't think Jeff Jarrett, like here's the thing, if I was gonna hire Jeff Jarrett in for my company, it's for me to ensure I draw 5,000 people. I wouldn't hire him to assume he'll help me draw 10,000 people. You know what I mean? Because it's like if
yeah.
you couldn't do that for TNA Impact Wrestling, I don't know what makes you think you could do it for AEW.
And they have a lot of money. Like he could
Mhm.
like with Impact, it was like this is what we got. This is what we could do.
Right. Uh, are you surprised that Tony Khan never hired Eric Bischoff? Or are you
No,
surprised?
because
I was gonna say, are you surprised? Or sorry, Are you surprised that Tony Khan didn't hire Eric Bischoff? Also, would you be surprised if he did, but Eric Bischoff turned him down?
I mean, I don't know because Eric Bischoff was just. I mean, he was not. He's not always been. Well, Eric Bischoff kind of ruined WCW himself. So
Not at first.
at first,
Not
but it
at
happens
first.
eventually.
Yeah, it took him. It took him a while.
The only reason why he didn't destroy Raw is because he wasn't in charge. You know,
But
Vince
he,
McMahon's like
yeah,
had the final say, but like, and then well, Bischoff also criticized AEW a lot, so it's kind of like, why would you want to? Why would they hire him? You know, I mean, I
for
think they do.
booking. I mean,
Yeah,
it's the same thing. Dixie Carter did the same thing.
I don't know.
Hired Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff wasn't a bad choice of to hire him. Same with Hogan. The problem was they brought guys like Mr. Anderson, Jeff Hardy, RVD. They brought I mean those guys
The
stayed
Nasty
with
Boys.
the Nasty Boys was very unnecessary.
Because I was
Um
friends with them because Hogan was friends with a lot of these
yeah,
guys. He's like, hey, let's just bring them in, make them main
right.
eventers.
And yeah, I think there was like no reason to bring the Nasty Boys. They brought in Val Venus, even though he didn't really he made a couple had a couple few matches in there. And Orlando Jordan. Jordan, even though he was okay, he was being used properly. But yeah, there was just a lot of people. They brought in too many talents where it was just like, whoa, you know, you're taking a lot of people's spots. And also when they hired them, they were still in the impact zone when they should have been doing arenas, or they should have at least done arenas and pay-per-views. So
Like they had their moment to like break out of the impact zone, right?
yeah.
But
And
then the
they
moment, once
didn't
a
do it.
moment like that, they had that slimmer of a chance. And the second, yeah, like you said, and they didn't take it. So that's where
Right.
it's like, okay, you had this little moment in time where you guys were like the second, arguably the second largest. Obviously, W is not going to be beaten by anybody. It's
Hmm.
arguably the second largest, and then that little sliver of time passed, and it just went, it
Yeah.
just back to now it's like fourth or something. I don't know in the world or
Right.
fifth even. It's still
Yeah.
like in the top 3 or 4, but you know,
It's just like I don't. And then like with AEW, they go. Somebody said in the comments saying that when AEW they go to all these arenas, they only sell tickets from the heart. Is it the hard cam, right?
yeah, hard camera, yeah,
That's where they sell out the most tickets. And on the other side, AEW doesn't sell tickets like that. All right, that's cool. Impact Wrestling done the same thing when they were doing arenas. There's a section where they don't bother, right? I'm not mad at that. The problem is it's not like that for most arenas every time AEW goes. And how do I know this? Is because well, when I went to All Out, there was a couple of seats available where I was sitting at, and it was like 95% empty behind the cameras, right? So it's like, so there were seats available. I can understand if they closed it off, right? But the fact that I see 5 or 6 people there, it's like, come on, man. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, why is it even available? Maybe people are just there because it was cheap tickets. I don't know. I can't really say, you know.
yeah.
Of
So
those, it's just one of those things where it's like, where are these AEW fans? You know,
yeah,
they defend AEW so much to the point where it's like, where you guys at?
yeah. I
You
think that's
know?
also burnout too.
Hmm.
Like I'm not an AEW guy, but people I've talked to that are AEW fans, like they come to Chicago way too much. Like 4 times a year. Not just they don't spend one day. They
I
spend like
highly
a
doubt,
whole
dude.
week.
And they come to Chicago 4 times a month, a year. Yeah, you're right about that. But how long do they stay here? They're
They
here for
stay
Dynamite. Well, before it used to be Rampage, but now Collision and then the pay-per-view event. So they're here for like 3 nights in 1 week.
and then they'll be like, but then it'll be like that one day would be like 6 hours. Like it goes, they include what Rampage and Ring of Honor in
Mhm.
there. So it's like 4 hours right there on a Wednesday, 4 hours on a Saturday, whatever Friday, Saturday. And
Right.
then the pay-per-view is like 4 hours. So that's like you imagine you're in Chicago, like, man, I'm gonna spend 3 nights out, you know?
But you know who the people who stay are the AEW fans,
Yeah.
but clearly there's not so many of them.
So what do you think?
My thing here, so here's what Tony Khan needs to do. Dynamite, should be either 2 or 3 hours, right? I personally think that's still too long, but the matches that he's doing, like giving out on Dynamite, then it should be 3 hours. But here's the thing: if he's gonna continue doing 4 or 5 pay-per-views a year, because you know how Dynamite are like he has specials here and there. So
Yeah.
I think
Well,
and
they're
a
gonna move to
regular
they might move to the 12 month schedule pay-per-view thing.
see now if that's gonna be the case, then they should stick to 2 hours, but don't even bother having those the AEW specials. But because I was gonna say either keep Dynamite should either be 2 hours or 3 hours, but I would say have it 2 hours and then the specials episodes make be 3 hours, right? Keep Dynamite on Wednesdays, right?
Hmm.
Uh Friday, have Collision. Collision could be live, 2 hour shows, and then after, or either after, probably after, or you could do before, it doesn't really matter. Probably after. Then it could be Rampage, and then have Rampage air on Saturday night for 1 hour. So it's basically like their Sunday night heat.
What about Ring of Honor? Just keep it at a studio, like keep it like
Yeah,
how
you
Impact
know what?
is.
Yeah, no, no, yeah, how they had Dark Elevation, how it was in the impact zone,
Yeah,
just have it there. It like Tony
it's a
Khan
lot of wrestling. A
for
lot
Tony
of
for
wrestling.
Tony Khan, yeah. Like worst case, have Ring of Honor does not need to be 2 hours. It could have been 1 hour, you know.
Sometimes they have like 20 matches on one night.
It's
Imagine if you're there watching it, 20 matches. That's like,
and each match is probably like what, 5 to 10 minutes, if that.
yeah, you're like, I think sometimes it's not. I always hear like it's not about quantity, it's about quality.
Right.
Like if you're gonna have 20 matches in a Ring of Honor, cut like 10 of those matches or more and make those matches like 10, 20 minutes. Remember how like Fastlane was? They were like, oh, 5 matches. This is weird. But then
But they
every
were they
match,
were they were
they were
long.
20, 30 minutes each. I
Yeah.
think the shortest match was what? What was the shortest match?
It was a 6-man tag,
Yeah, now it's what, 15 minutes or something?
about
Last
10 to
match?
12. Yeah.
Still, but still, like 5 matches was like 3 hours, you know?
Yeah.
And then over here they're doing like 7, 8 matches for three for back to back to back to back. It's I don't know, it's kind of burnout. Oh, what do you think about I don't at the time I was recording, if you guys we don't ruin it for you. We have a new women's champion for AEW.
Ooh.
Soraya's out.
Oh yeah,
Uh
no, that happened
Sheeta,
on Tuesday. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Sheeta is the champion. What do you think about giving Soraya only like a what 1 month reign? Not even a
I'm gonna
month
be
reign.
honest. I don't even
You totally forgot she was
I totally
champion.
forgot she was champion. And I
They just
saw
made
her
her
match and all in.
I guess they made her champion just for the because you're the UK, and then they just kind of got bored of her.
I
But so,
I really I don't know, man. Like AEW has some great talents.
oh yeah,
It's just the booking is horrible. But for Sierra Page, whatever her name is, it was just weird how she won it. Like how
yeah,
she was part of the social outcasts, right? Is that what they
yeah.
were?
Social
Yeah.
outcast, yeah.
Um, and then yeah, and it was just like they broke up.
And then Tony Storm became like this like Marilyn Monroe kind of thing, and then
Yeah, I
Ruby
love it
Riot. I don't
though.
know. I'm the Ruby Riot, or
Yeah,
whatever. Ruby Soho. I don't know what she's at right now.
yeah. It's just like it's just AEW needs to just I don't know. It's just so much going on. Like I give him a chance. I order the all out or all in. I went to all out. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm still gonna continue supporting AEW as little as because I'm not a huge AEW fan. But
Yeah,
like if they come back to Chicago and I find out Adam is gonna be there, aka Edge, then yeah, of course. Because like I told you, like that's the only reason why I would go to another AEW event to see him, to see his entrance, because I never had the chance to see him in WWE. So it's like, all right, well, if I could be,
same
if I
song
could,
too.
yeah, same song and everything. So it's like if I could see his entrance, it's kind of like the Undertaker. It's like you want to just go to see the entrance. That's all I care. So
Yeah.
if he wrestles, great. If he doesn't, it's like, all right, cool. It's the same
So
thing when CM Punk showed up at whenever he made his return.
Collision,
No,
maybe.
no, no. Like the first time, his
Yeah.
debut in AEW, like I didn't get to see him wrestle, but I saw him, live. So it was like cool. I wish I was able to see him wrestle, but it is what it is.
Yeah, because I noticed with Edge or Adam Copeland when he came out, he only went to the one side. You noticed? You saw that video? Like
Yeah,
that
because
one
there was
side was
nobody
like,
there. Ain't
that's kind.
nobody there.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, we took a picture after before the show. No, this is during the show. This is live
Yeah,
during the show. It's like, oh, okay, I'm not bothering going that way because
that was
nobody's
on
over there.
Collision. That was his second
Appearance.
televised appearance. His first,
Third, I think, no?
well, if you want to call Wrestle Dream, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was his debut.
And then Wrestle
Debut.
Dream
It
had
was
the
his first
lowest,
debut.
I think Wrestle Dream had the lowest buy rate in the AEW history, I think. Like it
Damn,
was,
for real?
yeah, imagine all those matches and then still had like the lowest ever, you know? People thought, well, people kind of had a hunt that like Edge was gonna come back, but so that never even got anybody like excited. And then Dynamite, the one where they announced he's gonna be at, wasn't that didn't do well either. And now
You
this Dynamite
yeah.
is, or that's the same Dynamite. No, then this Dynamite struggled too. So it's kind of
Six
like, so
so
Dynamite's been struggling for a while, even with Edge there or whatever, Adam Copeland there,
Adam
and Wrestle
Coleman,
Dream.
Adam Coleman, he is, can you imagine like Adam Coleman? It has to bother
Copeland.
him. It has to bother him. Dude, I'm like on cloud line right now. So I'm good. So for those people listening or watching, I'm on cloud line. Cow. Maybe I'm on the cow. I have no idea. So you're gonna hear me stutter and fumble my words a lot, like I was on Saturday. But god damn. Anyways, yeah, Adam, Edge. I'm gonna just say Edge. Screw that.
Yeah,
I don't care. Edge. Can you imagine Edge being like a big star in WWE and then going to jump ship and then finding out you're not a draw? Like you know that has to bother him a little bit. Because
I
I'm
don't
pretty sure
know.
in the end of the day, he's still making millions of dollars,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
But
there's a
can you
point
imagine?
where like you're making money, but at the same time you have a passion for it, and you notice that like, oh, even if I show up to this show, I'm not getting like the same. I'm not getting people to come watch me. You know?
No, but I'm saying, can you imagine that? Like that has to bother him a little bit. Can
Oh
you
yeah,
imagine? Can you imagine you're in an arena every week, every time you show up, every time your name's on the poster saying you're gonna be in their city, and you show up, there's tens and tens of thousands of people there, and then because of a name, which is Edge, right? And then you're going out of to a different company using your real name and then finding out you're not a draw,
yeah.
you
You end
know?
up finding out like the 10,000 people arena only has 4,000 people there, or
Right.
5,000 people. Like half the stadium is not even
And then they
full.
always had 5,000 people there. And then you show up and then you only draw
Bro,
another 1,000 people.
yeah.
It's like that has to bother you. It's like
Oh yeah.
it has to be a bother because it's like it's
It,
different when you go to Impact because Impact only draws like 1,000 if
yeah.
most,
And
you
yeah,
know?
we go to like the arena, like when we're going to Fight for Glory. It's
Right.
the biggest show of the year for them, but I bet you when we went to, it's gonna probably have like still have like a row missing or two, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
They say
Or maybe
sold
at the
out, but
Fallout, yeah.
yeah. But like, yeah, I can see that because I
But
think,
oh, well, that's the thing. The tickets are sold out, but some people can't make it. Same thing. That's what happened with the All In. They sold 82,000 tickets, but only 70. Well, how much was it? 72,
70,000, 70.
72,000 showed up.
Yeah.
So that could be the case.
But why when 10,000 people show up, probably
That's a lot.
scalpers, probably scalpers.
That's true. Maybe they bought tickets and they're like, "Oh, Edge, you know,
No, I mean for
he's
wrestle for All In. He was not gonna show up at All In. I mean for
Oh,
All In, like
that's what you mean. No,
yeah.
I thought you meant like current, like people are buying all these tickets and trying to resell them, and because Edge is gonna be there. But I mean,
But
like again, like you said, Edge, he still has a passion. He's able to do what he wants to do. He has all these great ideas that Tony Khan's gonna allow him to do, which is great, But at the same time, it's just like all I'm saying is it has to bother Edge a little bit that the fact that you show up and you're finding out like, damn, I am not a draw, like
Yeah.
it has to bother. Maybe it's not in the back of his mind. Maybe he doesn't care. I'm just saying, like to me personally, if I'm a big star, somewhere, and then I'm leaving and then finding out like, damn, I'm not really a draw.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they say it, they announced me a week ago, and they still haven't filled the arena. Like,
Right.
I mean, like I think at
They
well, we kind of know like he didn't leave WWE because of like he didn't like the WWE. He wanted
right.
money. People say, "Oh, I left because I wanted new opportunities." Like, come on, dude. Even everybody, I could admit I'll leave a company for money. Oh, and they pay me better there. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
there. Like I'm not why like why be like I want to have face a news opportunity. Obviously, there's a good reason you want to face Christian, but everybody knows you want to make money. Come on, man. Who doesn't
Yeah.
want to make money somewhere else? Better money, you know?
And that's the main reason.
Yeah.
He was offered the CM Punk contract, $3 million a year. So I believe that was Bret Hart. No, Bret Hart had $2 million a year in WCW.
They
So
barely used him and he got injured and he was done.
yeah, they didn't use them properly.
No, he became
Yeah,
champion a couple times. He got kicked in the face and that was it.
Bret Hart should have main evented every freaking pay per view, title or not. But Hogan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that
Hogan
Hogan
is
guy.
Hogan.
Yeah.
Hogan
So,
is Hogan. No, but
but
no, I get what you mean by that. It's kind of like it's tough to do that. Like especially even the last SmackDown he was at, I think they sold out that SmackDown or something.
which
Or
one? But
close.
Edge's last one.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, of
in
course. It was
Toronto.
in.
Yeah, they now you
Oh,
come.
but they're gonna be in Toronto next month, so
Who?
maybe AEW.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's gonna be pretty interesting.
And then I think AEW and WWE are gonna be in Chicago at the same weekend. So Survivor Series weekend,
Mm.
AEW is gonna be on have Dynamite. So I
Are
don't know how
they?
they're gonna do. They're gonna be. I don't know how they're gonna do Collision at the Allstate Arena at the United Center, and then WWE's on the Allstate Arena. You know?
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, like choose like oh well, Survivor Series, Survivor Series. No
Well,
offense to Collision.
speaking of Survivor Series, CM Punk apparently got turned down by WWE.
Hmm.
I call BS.
Yep.
I call BS, bro. WWE will be forever. I like will be forever like be known
They're petty as hell.
as the pettiest company in the world if they had CM Punk debut or not debut, make his return at Survivor Series. Oh my gosh, dude. I call BS. And if they don't
Yeah.
sign him, like, dude,
So,
that's the
he,
like you could have just had him. They didn't even have to sign him. They could have just been like, have CM Punk come out for that one night. It's just like the thing is like so many things WWE could do. They have CM Punk come out and just be on the mic and then just be like, oh, by the way, I never, WWE never signed me. I'm just here to say hi, bye, and get and just walk away. It's like there's so many things that Punk could do. He doesn't have. They don't have to sign him. They could just have him show up in Survivor Series, and then
yeah.
just go out there, and then cut a promo, and then that's it.
And now to
But
get like 1 billion views right there, and then
yeah,
Dynamite will get like 500,000 or
right.
whatever.
They could do what The Rock
No,
did.
if Dirty was even more petty,
Mhm.
he would just show up on NXT. Like, oh, we're against head to head against
Mm.
AEW. Let's go show up on WWE on NXT. I don't care.
Yeah,
Like, imagine,
it's just like there's so many things. It's like, can you imagine just like Grayson Waller just coming out to CM Punk's music, and then
oh
CM
my
Punk actually
God.
comes out just to give him cut a promo on him, hit him with
Yeah,
the GTS, and then walk out. Something like with The Rock, he just showed up. Why can they do that with CM Punk?
yeah.
I don't understand why CM Punk needs a contract. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
then
I think I even mentioned him too. Like he doesn't only he can only do survivors. He probably should only do Survivor Series to WrestleMania and that's it. Give him a short contract and see him, retire properly and that's it. We don't
yeah.
need you that much. But like I think what you said
But
too.
imagine that like if he shows up, right? If they do what I just said, right? Grayson Waller comes out and CM Punk comes out, right? depending of the attention they get that night, then they could be like, all right, man, let's talk. Because imagine what if he draws. I highly doubt he'll draw the same numbers that The Rock did, but what if he comes close to it? What if he does hit the numbers? Then you could, all right, man, let's talk. You know,
Yeah.
they don't have to give him, hey, we're going to give you a full time 3-year contract, or hey, Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Rumble, WrestleMania. That's it. You know what I mean? Couple
So you think
matches here and Raw and SmackDown, whatever.
do you think that's like a bunch of baloney that like because the dirt sheets have just been make stuff up. Like it's like we make stuff up ourselves. Like like oh yeah, he's gonna show up at blah blah blah. I'm like, come on. So you think they just that's kind of a because WWE I think they also want surprises as well. Because people
Yeah.
kind of ruined Edge's surprise for AEW because everybody kind of knew. Like we all kind of be like, oh, he's gonna show up, isn't he? Especially when you
Yeah.
said Christian's the main event. Like okay, he's
Oh,
gonna
I
show up
thought
for
I
sure.
thought yeah. So no, it was that was like the last straw for me in a good
Yeah.
way.
Like why is he the main
Christian
event?
Christian signed a multi-year contract.
Hmm.
That's what threw it away. And I'm like, oh, Edge is going to AEW. Then finding out that the main event is Christian, I'm like, oh, yeah, Edge it did sign
Definitely
with the
showing up.
yeah, he's showing up tonight. So that's why I was like, okay, I'm gonna order the pay-per-view. So
You're right.
and I was right. So I was like,
That's
okay,
what I
cool.
think. I think WWE. What if WWE just swerving people because like obviously they want people to watch the pay per view, but like
Yeah,
at the same time they're
it's
like
still a month away, man.
you
It's
also want
still
to
a
mess with
month.
the dirt sheet guys. Like you know what? Let's just mess with them. You know
Yeah.
what? Let's
Cause
just
you
be like super quiet
who's
about it.
who's the one who denied it? Nick Khan.
Nick Khan never talks.
Nick Khan
He
never
never
talks.
mentions nothing. He's like he just does his own thing. Triple H never
He
talks.
talks when it's like behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
But when it comes to something like that, he just said he clearly went out there and said, nope, we turned them down.
Right.
All right, bro.
The
All right.
second, because and then the thing is with Survivor Series, he's from Chicago, so it's not like, oh, he's flying to Chicago. Like he lives in Chicago, right? Probably.
Right.
Does he live in Chicago?
Who, Nick Khan?
No, CM Punk.
Yeah. Oh no,
Uh,
I don't that guy moves back and forth. He
yeah, I
stays in
know
the city of Chicago and I think at one point he moved to Wisconsin or Milwaukee.
something like.
Yeah, and then I think he moved back to Chicago. Because
Some people like
he
they're
moved to
from Chicago, but
Milwaukee.
they're
Yeah.
like they live in Los Angeles or Miami or something.
Yeah.
Depends where AJ lives too. AJ Lee. Are they married still? Yeah, they're
Yeah, they're
married.
still married. Hell yeah, man. I would not. If that girl could cheat on me, I still won't leave her.
No, but yeah, I mean, it'd be like, oh, CM Punk is in Chicago, guys, this week. I'm like, he lives in Chicago. It's like you'd be surprised to see him in Chicago when he lives in the city,
But
you know?
hey, but Impact Wrestling could do the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he could
Like,
show up at Bound for
yeah,
Glory.
show up in Bob for Glory, man. Like,
Like, ooh,
dude, that
I
would be
would
so
die.
freaking awesome. It would be so freaking
We're
awesome.
gonna be there too. We're like, no way.
I personally feel because here's the thing. We're trying Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory, right? At this moment, the main event is Alex Shelley defending the Impact World Heavyweight Championship against Josh Alexander. This is a rematch from Emerges last year.
Mm,
Was it last year? Yes, it was last
yeah.
year. Last year, but obviously this time Shelley is champion. This is about for glory. This is a rematch. This is the first Bound for Glory main event that had a rematch.
Mm,
Normally they'll have a first time ever. Um, so this is gonna be pretty interesting. That being said, I feel like we're gonna have a nice surprise at Bound for Glory.
mm,
Unless the main event is gonna be Mickey James and Naomi. Trinity, I should say.
yeah.
Unless that's the main event, but I highly doubt that's the main event. Um, but I don't know. I feel personally something's gonna happen at Bound for
Yeah.
Glory.
We'll be there to experience it.
I could be wrong, but I feel like CM Punk may show up. I, if not Punk, maybe somebody else.
Mercedes
That's a possibility.
with Trinity, she shows up and like,
Have her turn heel, or I feel like Mickey James got to turn heel.
yeah.
Very exciting. A lot of wrestling going on. GG. Ever. I
Yep.
forgot what I was gonna say. But damn, bro, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, anyways, I was gonna say let the viewers, listeners know about our merch and all that stuff. And the
Yeah,
links in the
guys.
bio.
Yeah, check out links in the bio. We have you can buy your energy drinks and stuff like that. Also go to we got Pro Wrestling Tees, so get your shirt and stuff. Just to support the channel and get better equipment and stuff like that, and get better content out there. Get some
Yeah,
panels going maybe in the future. That'd be kind of fun. Do some Jeopardy or whatever we call it, quiz game, whatever. There'd be more stuff to do. Well, yeah.
we're trying to be out there. Yeah. All right, Ever. It's time for guess the pay-per-view. You ready?
Yeah.
Bianca Belair versus Asuka versus Becky for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. Bobby Lashley versus Omos and MVP in a handicap match. Kevin Owens versus Ezekiel in a regular match. The Judgment Day, Edge, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley going against AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Liv Morgan. Madcap Moss versus Happy Corbin in a false count. In a no holds bar match. Theory versus Mustafa Ali for the United States Championship, and Cody Rhodes versus Seth freaking Rollins.
So 2022,
Do, 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 do,
Hell
do,
in a
do.
Cell.
There you go. Yay, you got one right.
I was there. That's the only reason why I know.
Took you long enough.
I know, right? I was there. I know. I know. Once you
Yeah,
said
man.
like,
I was
Cody
gonna,
Rhodes versus,
yeah,
like, it can't be WrestleMania. It has to be. And then Mac Cup versus, yeah, Corbin. I'm like, yeah, it was definitely Hell in a Cell.
yeah. I was gonna say like, what's it called? I was gonna
We went
mention the
to
Hell in a Cell match, but then I was like, no, that's gonna give it
I give it
away.
away. Yeah.
No, no, no. So very exciting. Rumors for WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes versus. It's not rumors. I made it up. Never mind. But what do you thought about my theory of WrestleMania 40? It's gonna be Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes for the undisputed Universal Championship.
I could see that. That'd be kind of nice. Just the way they build it, though. It's the way it's built. I think it could happen actually. Because
Yeah,
why is he called main event Jay if he's not in the main event? It'd be kind of weird. It's like, you
that's his
know,
nickname.
I know, but like main event Jay, it's got to be an event, main event once in a while.
He has though. Yeah,
Like
that's
from
how he
now
got. His,
on.
that's how he got the name.
No, but he was the main event in Fastlane. He's not gonna main event Survivor Series, maybe.
But he's just saying that he's a main eventer right now, man.
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
I could see that. I mean, who else would you put in that match or take out of that match?
I wouldn't mind seeing Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, but if you throw
One
Jay in
on
the
one.
mix, yeah. But if you throw Jay in the mix, I feel like it just because now that the fact that they're undisputed tag team champions, it makes it seem like they could, makes it more of a possibility.
Mm.
Um, but the problem with that it's where do you put Jimmy in? You know, because there's all the rumors of Jimmy versus Jay Uso at
Hmm.
WrestleMania. Um, but if Cody Rhodes, I don't. It's just one of those things. It's like I would like to see Roman Reigns, Jay, and Cody, but it doesn't have to be a WrestleMania. It could be a SummerSlam. I feel like that would be much better.
So
Because
next year. So you want Roman to be champion until next year?
no, like Cody win. Like
Oh.
I'm just saying the match itself, like a triple threat match. Like
Okay.
Cody could be champion for all I care. But that was the other thing I was gonna mention. Rumor has it that Roman Reigns is still gonna be champion for another year, man.
Wow.
Yeah, that is a high possibility.
But I think
Uh,
he's not gonna catch Bruno Sammartino. He's gotta be champion for like almost a decade.
Does he have to be champion right that for that long?
Because I don't. Because I mean, how many? Bruno Sammartino was champion for almost 6 years. I think Roman's been champion for like this is his third year or second year.
Hmm. Uh, so at the day of recording, Roman is 556 days, WWE champion, Universal champion. He is 1,137 days.
Hmm.
So that's um that's a long time.
Yeah.
I don't even know what Bruno what I don't even know who Roman could possibly what record he could have broken by now.
I think he's top three. I think now.
Has it been that
Wow,
really?
Bruno had it for 2,800 days.
Hmm.
So that's 7.67 years. That's almost 8 years of champion.
For so Roman Reigns, he's now on the top 10, or he's always been in the top 10.
Hmm.
But Roman is on the top, he's number 8 out of the top 10 WWE champion. 675 days day of recording. Obviously, that's total reign of
Yeah.
4. So he passed Triple H, he passed Bret Hart.
Wow.
He is 5 days away from beating Randy Orton, so he's going to be in the 7th, uh, basically in 5 days. Again, they're recording, so he's going to pass Randy Orton,
Wow.
and he is still 200 days away from passing Brock Lesnar, and he is a little over 400 days to beat Pedro Morales. Did I say that right?
Hmm.
And 600 days from passing a little over 600 days passing John Cena to be the number 4 spot. And he
Wow.
is 1,000 almost 1,400 away from passing Bob Backlund.
Wow.
So yeah, that's a long time. So I feel because of WrestleMania, once WrestleMania, it's in April, right? So we still have November, December, January, February, March. That's total of 5 months. Is this, you know,
That's only
I,
like 50, 150 days. No,
yeah,
it's
about a
not a
hundred.
lot. When you think about it, like
Yeah, it's not.
2,000 something days is like 8 years. That's a long
Well, a
time.
hundred. Well, yeah, about
30
a little
times 5.
like 170. Because if we obviously we didn't add October,
But it still doesn't
so
put him in the top two, I think, or three.
no, oh no, he's still far from that. So
Yeah.
if he does drop the belt at WrestleMania, I think he'll probably be uh in the 6th spot.
Still, that's pretty not in the top five.
Yeah,
After all this time, right?
he would
We
have
don't we don't
to.
really consider how long that is. Like imagine if you were in a time where Bruno Sammartino was champion, like okay, by the time he started, by the time he ended, I've aged 7 years. Like let's say you started high school when he became champion. By the time he drops the belt, that's you're already like the third year of college or something. You know? Or if you graduate college, that's you were out of school for 7 years, or something like that. It's crazy
But
how like
we live in a different time now.
yeah,
Back then, can you imagine like for the person, and that's the thing you gotta understand.
yeah,
Well, it's a
time,
little, that it's one, it's a different time, and two, you actually like those guys who were
yeah,
champion,
yeah,
and obviously because at that time, if you are a draw, you're a champion. Now it's like, here you go,
yeah.
you
Good
know,
luck. Yeah,
good luck. We're giving you an opportunity. Oh, you fail. Take it away. Oh, we're gonna play hot potato with it because of a storyline, which is dumb. Back then it was just you're a draw, you're champion. You get paid more money. So
yeah.
yeah. But for Roman, that's a long time. But if you're gonna go base overall with the Universal Champion, if he's gonna be in the 1300 reign, so 1300. So I feel like he's gonna pass Bruno with the Universal Championship, but that doesn't really mean anything,
Yeah, because they
you know.
combined them, didn't they? They combined
Yeah,
the belts.
yeah.
That's
So
one belt, so it doesn't really
it's
matter.
just it's more like WWE World Champions all together. But if you're just going based on WWE World Title, Roman Reigns still has a long way to go. That's
Yeah,
why I feel like he should have been WWE champion since day one. Not the Universal Champion.
yeah, that's kind of like a secondary belt, anyways.
Yeah, we always took it that way, even though WWE was trying to like push it as
The main
the main
title.
title because it has the word Universal. So, but they should have just renamed the WWE Championship to the Universal Champion. I
Yeah,
believe I think that's what we talked about before too.
like why even bother with?
Yeah. So, well, all right. Anything else you want to say ever before we wrap this up?
No, I mean people just be on the lookout for our stuff. We're gonna be doing. Should we the vlog thing?
Oh, fast lane vlog.
Yeah,
Maybe it depends how it turned out because we were
yeah,
gone, man. But let's
yeah.
talk about that trip a little bit. So me and Ever, we drove 3 hours. We ended up at this nice restaurant. Do you remember what it was called?
Yeah, but they're not paying us, so I'm not gonna give them a shout out.
It's not a shout out.
It was like a taco place. It was
Yeah,
down the street from the arena.
yeah, it was like 5 minutes. Anyways, we went in, had a lot of margaritas. They had some great tacos, and well, I was on cloud nine, and also because of the margaritas, me and Ever forgot what time zone we were in. So instead of chilling at the restaurant, we ended up going to the arena and just waiting. And we're getting mad because we're like, yeah, damn, man, open the doors already. What's going on?
Yeah,
You know? And finally, we were in line for like what, 30 minutes? And then
yeah.
they finally opened the doors. We went in and we're like, man, what's going on? Like, is there no kickoff show or what's the deal? And then I get an alert on my phone saying, oh, the kickoff show starts in like 15 minutes. And I'm like, what? Why is it starting in 15 minutes? It's almost 7 o'clock. And we're like, oh my gosh, dude. We totally forgot about the time zone difference. The show starts at 8 here. It starts at 7 at our time. We're like, oh my gosh. It was windy and cold. And then because it was windy, like again, me and Ever had a couple margaritas in the restaurant. So when you go outside in the cold, bam, that liquor hits you hard. So
The bathroom too. You have to
bathroom,
run to You have to
we
run
were
to.
we were we were out of it and the bathroom, so we needed to use the bathroom. Oh my gosh, it was a horrible 30 minutes. That those 30 minutes felt like, well, plus by the time we got in and finally used the bathroom and finally settled down, oh my gosh, it was like a long 45 minutes and all that. Felt like 2 hours, but it was just 45 minutes.
Yeah,
So, but we had a great time. Full out arena, sold
yeah.
out
That was sold
show.
out from top to bottom. That's how
Yep.
you sell out
A
to the
great,
whole bang
great,
bang.
great matches. Like Ever said earlier, there was only 5 matches, but all the matches were long and they told a great story as well, not just spots. And
Yeah.
a lot of and the shocking moment was when Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso won the tag team titles.
Oh yeah.
So that was the most shocking thing out of the night. And Pat McAfee, that was a nice surprise as well. So,
And Jade Cargill.
but she didn't came out. But
I
yeah,
know. I
but
wish I was kind of
yeah,
surprised she didn't. She didn't come out. I was like, oh wow. Thought she was gonna be out here like,
I
hey
th-
guys, I'm back. I'm here. You
yeah,
know.
I feel like she could have just showed up. But she showed up at NXT as well, so that kind of like I think they're just playing mind games with her at the moment,
At this
just
point,
giving
it's
us
like,
the
oh,
yeah,
it's Tuesday. Might as well show up while AEW is live too. Like,
yeah.
like we need you and Pillman to be out here. You know,
But
need both of
no,
you.
yeah, but no lie, I feel like Jay Cargill should be in NXT for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things. It's like if you put her in the main roster, I feel like she should be champion. You know what I mean?
Like right away. be like
Yeah.
a Paige where she just wins it the first night.
Yeah, like run with it. Like run with it, build her up strong, you know.
Who would she beat though? Io Sky or
See, that's the problem. See,
Rhea
that's the
Ripley?
problem. I don't
Because the
want
woman,
Io. Yeah. I don't
no
want Io
offense
to
to
take
the,
the title or take
but
the title off her.
but no offense to Rhea Ripley. I know she's in the hottest group right now. I think right now, but like that title is not being defended.
It doesn't
Like
mean
it's
any.
not.
Yeah.
For
It
her, it's kind of like I have it around my shoulder. She's only her and
her
Dominic are
waist.
champions. Yeah, around her waist, around her. You know,
Yeah.
that's all she has it for. Like, when's the last time she defended it really? Besides Natalia,
I think she
besides Raquel. Oh, Raquel
Raquel,
recently.
yeah.
But it's like,
But
do they build
throughout
up that?
no, they didn't. It was
No,
like a rematch. But throughout all the pay-per-views that we just had, I don't even when was the last one? I think was it Night of Champions, right?
I
She
think
was
so.
supposed to
Yeah.
defend it at SummerSlam against Raquel, and then it was gonna be a payback against Raquel, and that never happened.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think that I feel like Cargill would be a nice fit. Uh, but then she will have to join forces. Ooh, Cody Rhodes. Ah, damn. Yeah, because then she could join forces with Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes to go
Mm,
against the Judgment Day. So I actually
wow.
like that. That actually would be a good
But
idea.
she needs to be in a team with a woman that has experience. Like, be her like, hey, I'll take all those spots. You're like, you just do like the pin or whatever.
Yeah, Rhea
You know
Ripley
what I
can
mean?
help her out with that when they
But
face each other.
no, no, no. But also like somebody on her team. Like, oh, we'll do tag teams for a little bit.
Um,
Get the flow going.
but that's the other thing. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso would be a great experience for her to learn more
Yeah.
as,
And
you
hey,
know.
I already work with you,
Yeah,
Cody.
yeah, because I think having her feud with Rhea Ripley would be a nice start. Take the title off her, and I think she should have a match, have a feud with Natalia, because Natalia, they're using her wrong. It's not like people don't want to see Natalia. I love Natalia. It's just they
Yeah.
don't know what to do with her. So
Yeah, she
imagine
just
if Raquel Jade was champion, Natalia could step up and be like, nah, man, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of you newcomers showing up, getting opportunities. I've been here for 10 freaking years, 12, 13 years. And, I get, I hardly get opportunities. I'm not asking to give me I should be in every women's championship, but I don't even get an opportunity. And Natalia will be a perfect, like, actual challenge for women's title. Well, after Rhea Ripley gets her rematch and stuff like that. But at the same time, Cargill should either have a long reign or have a short reign. If she's gonna take the belt off Rhea, have her drop the belt to Rhea again, but it has to be like somebody costs her to lose the title. Like
yeah.
either Natalia or Nia Jax, somebody, so she could have a feud with. If it's just like, oh, here you go, and then that's it, no, she should have a feud with somebody. Um, it like I feel like she should go on SmackDown because then at least that way she could join forces with Charlotte. Like I said in the last episode,
Hmm.
join forces with Charlotte to build up for a WrestleMania match. Because at
Yeah.
least that way she could face Damage Control, and then she has Bailey, Neo Sky, and then Asuka as well. So there's like a long reign, and also have her team up with Charlotte Flair to go winning the tag team championships. So at least that way, it's like, okay, you guys are going to be tag team champions until the Elimination Chamber. You guys are going to drop the belt. And then from there, you could build the feud between them. So
Yeah, that'd be kind of nice.
it would
I
be.
like that. Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm happy I got to see Charlotte Flair again. Woo! Mamacita. All right, Ever. Let's wrap up this show.
All right,
Oh,
listeners and
baby.
viewers, this will be it for this episode. I'm Evan. This is Ian.
And we are out.
Bye, guys.
Doo doo doo.